You know, I was asked by an NPR reporter once, why don't I talk about race that often? I said, it's because I'm a neurosurgeon. And she thought that was a strange response. And I said, you see, when I take someone to the operating room, I'm actually operating on the thing that makes them who they are. The skin doesn't make them who they are. The hair doesn't make them who they are. And it's time for us to move beyond that.
That was brilliant. I think he was a sleeper hit last night, but who am I? But I do know someone who knows these things a lot more deeply than I do, Dr. Alveda King on the Ben Carson message. He kind of got lost in the shuffle here, but I thought he had the very powerful couple of zingers there. What'd you make of it?
I was waiting. I said, when is Dr. Carson going to speak? And then when he gave us the piece on the brain, I also liked when he said he thought he was the first one to remove half a brain.
I thought that
but somebody beat him to Washington and did it. Brilliant. I believe my uncle would agree with him and would admire what he said, because when you're doing something serious to heal someone, you don't think about that skin color. You think about the life of that person. He was just brilliant.
As an African American, though, what the NPR reporter was saying to him is, why don't you make more of the fact and talk more about these racial issues because of who you are? A prominent African American doctor, world renowned. So I think the gist of what he says, the reporter was kind of disappointed. What do you think?
Dr. Carson is not only living the American dream, but as a mentor to many. He gives a perfect example. He and his family, I know his wife, wonderful family, and he's giving a wonderful example, first as a man, as a human being, and a man of African American, descent. And so he's saying to anyone who's watching, this is America, you can make it. He's not a race baiter. He's not a hater. And that's what was so encouraging about his remarks last night. I thought everyone, they did well. They were statesmen. I wish there had been a lady up there, Carly, of course. But it was a very wonderful and refreshing time. You will not see Dr. Carson saying hateful things. He's going to add and contribute to the solutions for America.
All right, but I've been watching what some on the left have been saying in the debate, and Dr. Carson in particular saying, oh, he was their token Uncle Tom.
Token, oh my goodness, no. For him to have made all of those accomplishments as a medical doctor and a person who cares about humanity.
This was historic surgery this guy's
Absolutely.
done. The first to seven
Siamese twins?
Yeah. It's a big deal.
It is.
What do you think the message should be with Republicans on minorities? He touched on it, but I think John Kasich did of Ohio too. Compassion, love. He was talking about his Medicaid expansion, which a lot of people, conservatives, tend to think big government disrupted. He's saying you save money in the long run by spending a little bit of money in the short run. What did you make of it?
Well, I agree with the governor as well. And you're going to have compassion, not entitlement. You're not going to be able to do handouts. You're going to have to equip people, prepare people, and let people move forward. And I believe that any of them could help in that matter. This is a time you have 17 people, and you don't have to hold your nose to vote for one of them. I think that's amazing and remarkable. But we have to
you feel the same way about Donald Trump?
I like Donald Trump because he is saying things. He's talking about the elephant in the room. And if we didn't have Donald Trump, it would just be political correctness and politics as usual. So he has a role.
So you're taking the side of Donald Trump and not Megyn Kelly. So you're trashing Megyn.
I love Melly. She's Melly, Megyn Kelly, Melly. Oh no, I didn't do that. I didn't do that. Megyn, beautiful and brilliant. But I think they both held their own with that.
Yeah, it was fun.
Megyn's a lady. She didn't take the bait.
No, she did not. Nor do you. I mean, all right. Oh, thank you very, very much, Alveda King.